network that you have that's with you when you're failing, that's with you more than when you're failing. But when you're succeeding, they're the people to remember, to allow you to remember when you were failing and keep you humble to the ground. So my man Max, I literally flew from Ultra this morning on a flight. Didn't know he was sitting in the seat next to me until I woke up. That's how tired we were. But Max flew in his whole family. So who's here from Max's family right here? All right, so you're talking about a small percentage of the group, but Max flew his family. And that's his support team, right? And when you really think about success, they keep you grounded. They keep you really, really grounded. And for Max, one of the questions that I really want to talk about is success, right? And when you started public school in Black Apple, you guys literally knew the lane that you were in. And then what happens when you win CFDA Menswear Designer of the Year? What happens when you're nominated for CFDA, I think it's Women's Wear this year?
You got nominated for men's and women's.
Exactly. So everybody's talking about Oscars and Grammys and all of that. They got trophies that trump that to me, right? But what happens is you start winning things and you start selling clothes. And I worked at Echo, and the thing that killed Echo's business is when Federated and the retailers were dictating what we actually made, and that's what killed Echo, right? And they're back now, all that, but that's what killed it, right? So to Max, how do you stay on course? And how do you stay true to who you are and what you and Dow decided that brand was going to be?
I think for us it's been a long journey, so for us to stay on course it's pretty easy. One, we have the greatest support team amongst friends and family, but it's really, we've had ups and downs. We've risen really fast when we first launched the brand, and then we closed the brand, and then we relaunched the brand. So I think all of those lessons, you kind of learn things throughout that, and I think that brought us to a point of like being even keel and understanding at any point any of this can go, and that's a reality. But for us to know that we keep our blinders on, we keep our point of view, we design what we want to design, we're slowly growing, we're figuring it out. But yeah, success is a weird term because we don't feel successful, but from the outside world, last year we were nominated against Tom Brown and Rag & Bone, and we won. And we're like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. But both brands that we look up to, Rag & Bone is a model that we love. Rag & Bone is a model that we love, and Tom Brown is a dear friend. He reached out to us after we won, and we sat down for drinks, and we just, me and Tom Brown just sat down and talked for 2.5 hours. And we're like, oh, don't worry, we'll pay for the bottle of champagne that he ordered before we got there. We didn't realize it was that expensive, but the fact that he even took time out to reach out to us and talk, that's success in our eyes. It's like, sitting down with the people that you really respect and them giving you time. But for us to stay on course, it's really just sticking to our point of view, just doing what you do and not, it's like, okay, like you can't really get out of your lane. Like, this is our lane, this is what we do. We are at a weird place where we are starting to try to learn how to balance art and commerce. We design what we want to design, but at the same time, you kind of have to figure out your lane to where you can sell some clothes for the stores, and when you can sell some stuff that just make you feel good. All of my favorite styles and every piece that I wear pretty much doesn't make the collection because it doesn't get bought. But that's the balance in art and commerce, is like doing something for yourself and then also doing something for everybody else to get into. A lot of people just don't think the same way you do, so you do things that people can get into, that can keep you in business or that you can grow, but you still keep your point of view, your aesthetic all the way true. Did that answer that question?